The NBA Draft is one of the most anticipated events for basketball fans of any team. It brings excitement and hope as teams look to draft the next big star for their franchise. Just last year, the New Orleans Pelicans secured the #1 overall pick in Zion Williamson. The slam-dunking YouTube sensation from Duke propelled the Pelicans into the national spotlight and has brought renewed optimism to a franchise that was looking for a new star after trading away Anthony Davis. But what if I told you things didn't always used to go like this? The first ever draft was held before the NBA even existed, and the first ever pick never even played a single minute of professional basketball. In this video, we will be taking a look at the first ever NBA draft to see just how far the league has come. Let me take you back to July 1, 1947. The Basketball Association of America had just finished its first ever season of existence. Led by scoring leader Joe Fulks, the Philadelphia Warriors had won the first ever BAA championship, but the league was struggling. Competing directly with the National Basketball League, who had been in business since 1937, the BAA knew they were in trouble. Back then, teams would just sign players coming out of college for an agreed price. This would often lead to bidding wars between teams, driving up the value of players. I mean, could you even imagine if that concept was still around today? Just think of how much teams would bid for guys like Zion or Ja. It would be ridiculous how much money these teams would be trying to spend. Getting back on topic, the BAA was looking to bring new players into their league as well, but knew they would not be able to compete in a bidding war with franchises from the more established NBL. So instead, the BAA and the NBL agreed to a joint draft between the two leagues to assign player rights to specific teams. The NBL was able to assign 11 players before the draft, but gave up extra picks to the BAA as part of this compromise. The draft was 10 rounds long, with 80 players taken during the course of the draft. 4 players taken in the first round never played a minute of professional basketball, with the #1 overall pick, Clifton McNeely, rejecting the Pittsburgh Ironmen to coach high school basketball in his home state of Texas instead. McNeely may have even made the right choice, as the Ironmen folded before the season even started. He would go on to lead Pampa High School to 4 titles in 13 years as their head coach, compiling a career record of 320 wins and 43 losses. Of the 80 players taken in the first ever NBA, BAA, NBL, whatever you want to call it, draft, only 33 of them would ever suit up professionally. 3 players from the 1947 draft class ended up making it to the Hall of Fame. Harry Gallatin was a 4th-round pick and played 9 of his 10 professional seasons with the New York Knicks. Gallatin was a 6'6" center whose strength earned him the nickname Horse among his peers. Gallatin was a 7-time All-Star, making the All-NBA first team in 1954 when he led the league in rebounds. After 9 seasons in New York, Gallatin played his final season with the Detroit Pistons before retiring to coach at the collegiate and professional level. The second Hall of Famer from the 1947 draft class was Andy Phillip, a 6'2" guard from the University of Illinois. Taken with the 31st pick by the Chicago Stags, Phillip made 5 All-Star teams and finished second-team All-NBA twice. Phillip would appear in 4 straight NBA Finals, winning one with the Boston Celtics in 1957 at age 34. Although never confirmed, it was rumored that Phillip colluded with gamblers to throw the 1955 NBA Finals as a member of the Fort Wayne Pistons. With 3 seconds left in Game 7 against the Syracuse Nationals, Phillip turned the ball over and the Pistons would go on to lose 92-91. Of the 3 Hall of Famers from this draft class, Phillip definitely goes down as the most controversial. The third and final Hall of Famer, Jim Pollard, had perhaps the most successful career of all. Pollard would spend all 7 of his professional seasons with the Minneapolis Lakers and earned the nickname Kangaroo Kid because of his ridiculous athleticism. The 6'4" forward was reported to have been able to touch the top of the backboard and dunk from the free throw line in an era where very few players could even dunk. Although he had a great shooting touch to go with his reportedly freakish athleticism, Pollard was known as a team-first player who would much rather win than rack up stats. On a stacked Minneapolis Lakers squad, Pollard was often second fiddle, featuring in a starting lineup that had 3 other Hall of Famers in Vern Mickelson, Slater Martin, and the legendary George Mikan. As you might expect, Pollard greatly benefited from playing for the Lakers, winning 5 NBA titles and making 4 All-Star games in his 7-year career. Pollard also made the All-NBA first team and second team twice. After retiring, Pollard would also go on to coach at the collegiate and professional level, just like Gallatin. The NBL and BAA would eventually merge in 1949 to form the NBA, which would operate as the sole professional basketball league until the ABA was founded in 1967. But that sounds like a video for another time, don't you think? Fast forward to today, and it's incredible to see how far the NBA and its draft process has come since 1947. Top prospects from all over the world hope to hear their name called on draft night. This year is no different, as young studs like LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, and James Wiseman, among others, hope to be this year's #1 overall pick. It's safe to say they won't turn down whoever drafts them like Clifton McNeely did 73 years ago. So that brings us to the end of another video. Let me know who you think will go #1 in this year's NBA draft in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications every time I upload. Until next time, peace!